I want you just to kind of reread this. So this is 6 through 9. Reread this, and then I'll kind of put the capstone on, soap, right? We did soap.
Okay,
we'll do the scripture observation.
What? You kind of forget the leading up verses.
I know. That's why. Because we'll just.
You're going to talk about it, okay? Because this is like set up. He's saying like you're doing all these things. You're fasting. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
But
I know. I know. Right. So
okay.
This
got it.
This is the part that typically is like the bumper sticker version of this chapter, right?
But it's
right. So you can help me get there.
Okay. Isaiah 58, 6 through 9. Is not this the kind of fasting I have chosen, to loose the chains of injustice and untie the cords of the yoke, to set the oppressed free and break every yoke? Is it not to share your food with the hungry and to provide the poor wanderer with shelter? When you see the naked, to clothe them and not to turn away from your own flesh and blood? Then your light will break forth like the dawn and your healing will quickly appear. Then your righteousness will go before you and the glory of the Lord will be your rear guard. Then you will call and the Lord will answer. You will cry for help and he will say, here am I.
All right. So go ahead. What is happening before this, right? Because it starts with, is not this the kind of fasting I have chosen?
Right.
What's happening before that?
Well, people think that they're fasting.
Well, they are. They're
right.
fasting.
Right.
They're worshiping. They're trying really hard.
Right.
Yeah. And what's happening?
Well, God's like, this is not what I care about. I don't need you to just be like going hungry and putting on, sackcloth and all that jazz. Like, no, what I actually want you to do is take care of the poor. Like, that is what is more important to me.
Is God's.
That is because it is a sense of fasting, right? It's saying, okay, say I have this in one hand and I could take care of myself or my family with it, but instead I fast in a way, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't give something more to my family, but instead I spend it on someone else. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a type of fasting. Yeah. Because I think sometimes people think like fasting can only be just you don't eat food, right? And obviously that's part of it too. But yeah, I mean, basically people were thinking like, we're super holy because this is what we're doing. Yeah. And God's like, no, actually, I want you to, take care of the poor and be about, breaking oppression and those things. So.
Right. Yeah, so
he is smacking them upside the face.
This is, I'll leave this to our listeners, watchers, whatever, to dig into this more. But
yeah, you got to dig into Isaiah 58. It's so good,
right?
And just not. It's also
to add a tiny little nugget to what you're saying. You're 100% spot on. Right? So these people are going through a ton of action, right? We'll just simplify this real quick. You've got a people group that are going through a ton of action for a particular purpose. They want to hear from God. They want to see God's power, right? And in doing what they think is what they should be doing, worshiping God, fasting to God, going through all these exercises, sounds a little bit like going to church and doing all the things at home. They speak to God. They ask him, why are we not seeing your power? Why are we not seeing you act on our behalf? Why are you not fulfilling our requests? Do you not see us fasting? Do you not see us doing all of these actions and activities?
And he's like, oh yeah, I see it. And it is not what I'm requiring or asking.
Right.